Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Psychedelica of the Black Butterfly. And we're going to do the real world ending, which is suggested that we do that before we go down Kaguya's route. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go here. Oh, whoops. Go to scene. Yes. So I'm going to skip what we've kind of already read. And then we're going to get our little choice. And then... Huh. So we're going to skip red. Right. So go through the scene, get to our choice, and then we'll make our choice, and then we'll go down the real world chapters. So those will be different. So I don't know how long it's going to take because I don't know how long the... Okay. Oh, this is okay, we didn't have this option. See? I want to talk to some... So remember we saw there was 5 different paths, but we didn't have one of the options? That's why we didn't have this until you got... Okay, so this is the thing about the game. You have to go down certain things in order to unlock things like this. So that's why we're using a guide now. Because, like, certain people's endings you can't get until you do the real world ending. I think we could have gotten Kaguya's ending, obviously, but I don't think we could get anyone else's until we get the real world ending at least. But anyway. So this is a new option, but this is why did I come here? Why have I come here? This is the world in between life and death, but I can't believe I'm actually dead. I bury my face in my hands, escaping into the darkness. Closing my eyes tightly, I gradually start to forget where I am. That's right. This is home. I'm relaxing at home right now. I look up and see familiar scenery. The window is open, letting a comfortable breeze wash over me. I imagine the warm, familiar place. As the details of it unfurl inside my head, it gently wraps around me. I'm overcome by a powerful desire to sleep as my mind sinks into tranquility. Is the real world ending like a dream? Like, you know what I mean? Allergies, you know the deal. The deal. The deal drill. The drill. The drill. Anyway. I hear a familiar mechanical sound. Huh? What was I doing here? Ugh. I'm not going to really yawn because I'll not really yawn. I get up off the sofa, trying unsuccessfully to suppress a yawn. The first thing I spot is the messy dining table. And then I see the kitchen, piled high with dishes, clothes strewn all about. The room is empty and quiet. After breakfast, I cleaned up and got sleepy. When did I actually fall asleep? I feel like I had some kind of bad dream. Oh, my phone's ringing. It rings once again, so I quickly grab it and answer the call. Hello? Minato, are you ready yet? You're already 20 minutes late. Aki, 20 minutes? Oh no. Come on, don't tell me you passed out again. I did. No wonder you wouldn't pick up. I'm not usually like this. What's going on with me? I'll get ready right now. Wait up for me, please. I hang up the phone and rush to get ready before heading to the door. He's still wearing shit on just one sleeve. Man, you are way late, Minato. Once I open the door, I see Aki there, leaning against the wall. I'm so sorry, Aki. You called me a bunch of times. This is unusual for you, Minato. Something happened? I got kind of sleepy after I ate, and I passed out on the sofa. It's like I was having a really long dream. Oh? What kind of dream? The scary kind, I think. Where I was trying to run away from something, but couldn't. This is an interesting, quote-unquote, real-world ending. How is this a... Interesting. Couldn't run away, huh? Some kind of hint? A hint? Yeah, a hint. I look at him in confusion. He peeks at his cell phone and then speaks in a loud voice. Whoa, we're late! The teacher's just gonna yell at us if we go to school now. How about we go somewhere and play? We can head to school during lunchtime. No, quit joking around and let's get going. If we take the hill around back, we might still make it in time. Ugh, but it's exhausting going that way. Aki. Alright, alright. You're really living up to that honor student title, Minato. But I thought we all went to different schools. Didn't she say that? Uh-huh. Or maybe because she couldn't remember, she was like, assumed. Aki flashes me a sarcastic smile and starts walking away. Quickly checking to make sure the door is locked, I hurry along after him. Oh, the prize for the crane game changed. It's the mascot from the Tengu series now. As we pass by an arcade, Aki disappears from my side. Come on, Aki, we're gonna be late. We don't have time to be stopping. Relax, we ran part of the way, so we got the time. Plus, you're the one who made us late. Ugh, sorry. That's why I told you to go on ahead if we were running behind. I can't do that. I don't even know how to get to the school. And I can't depend on anyone but you, Minato. He doesn't know how to get to school. What a fucking idiot. I love him. That's not exactly something to brag about. How did you even get to school for the opening ceremony? I thought you went alone. I was lost. And then I followed a butterfly. You did what? A butterfly. It guided me all the way to the school. If I get upset when he jokes like this, he'll just be pleased with himself. So without a word, I go around behind him and start pushing him from the back. Quit messing around and get the let out. Oh man, you're so cute when you're all in a hurry like this. Fine, fine, I'll do what you ask, but only if you go on a date with me after school. Excuse me? It won't be anything big. I have to do some shopping, so just come with me. Fine, if that's all. Now move it. We can just walk. Anyways, you promise now. You're gonna come on a date with me after school, right? Only if we get to school on time. Better hurry then. Aki, wait up! Like he's suddenly a totally different person, Aki starts power walking. Jogging along after him, I cross over a street intersection and... Huh? I sense somebody looking at me, so I turn around. But... Did I imagine it? I could have sworn someone was looking at me. Minato, what's the matter? Oh, nothing. Why is he calling us by our last name and not our first name? It's weird. Unable to find anyone sticking out among the crowd, I continue to walk. Someone's humming. Hanate? Hanate, not Hanate? 10 years had passed since I had last seen my childhood friend, Aki. We were reunited at our high school's opening ceremony. The second-year students all lined up to applaud the incoming freshmen. Among them, I spotted a familiar face. The face still showed signs of his youth, with eyes slightly bigger than the other boys his age. His mouth curled into a kind smile, and his hair was a soft honey color. The instant I realized it was him, he noticed me too. After homeroom ended that day, I got up to leave, but he was already waiting outside in his brand new uniform. 10 years ago, Aki was sickly and introverted, right up until the day he transferred to a different school. Oh, he was sickly. Poor little kid was always sick. Oh. I never could have imagined that the cheerful person before me was my Aki. It made me realize just how much time had passed since those days. Minato! Minato! Unlike when we were kids, he called me by my last name. From the following morning, he started coming by my house so that we could walk to school together. So he was the one that's why I wonder if that's why you go down his path last. So I wonder if we see the other boys here. But so he's the one that always shows up and our sister's teasing us about. It's been Aki the whole time. That's so cute. He didn't know the way to school. That was the first thing he said to me, and he's been repeating it for months now. I think he knows the way to school. He just wants to be with you. It's probably just an excuse. Yeah. I can't figure out why, but if he wants to insist on it that badly, I don't want to pursue it further. He's much more assertive now, and I'm not really any good at dealing with that. Even though he's a dear childhood friend, I'm still afraid that he's trying to force me to open up. After school is over, we meet at the gates, on our way to the shopping district. I want to eat a crepe. He blurts it out after we finish shopping. With nothing else to do, we've been wandering around. Hold. I wonder if that kind of explained, so he was, sickly as a child and, introverted and whatever and, really quiet. And now he's, obviously, whatever, dealt with whatever problems, he had, or he got better. He's a sickly kid, but he grew out of it. Whatever. You know what I mean? And, that's why he's so, over the top now. You know what I mean? It's he came out of his shell because he's because if you think about it, say you're sick all the time as a kid, you're oh, I'm sick as a kid, so, can't play with other kids, and I can't go out, I have to be, bubble boy. And then, you grow, what if you have severe allergies, and then you grow out of, your body changes, so you can, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, now I can go out and talk to people. And now I'm just like, awesome. Like, he's like flipped from one extreme to the other. It's kind of funny. Anyway. Oh, wait. Oh, whoops. It's this way, right? No, wait. This way? Okay, he blurts it out after we finish shopping. With nothing else to do. Okay, I wanted to make sure I read that. I thought I did, but then I was like, wait. Check out that sign over there. It's nacho yogurt cream. You want to give it a shot? Oh, no. I'd rather have something normal like strawberry custard or chocolate banana. Isn't that kind of boring? You never want to try anything new, Minato. Natto plus anything is critical levels of weird. I don't know what natto. Natto. Wait. Isn't that fermented soybeans? Ew, that is kind of sounds gross. Wait a minute. If I'm remembering my Japanese correctly. Sometimes I get words mixed up in my head. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's a totally different word. But I'm thinking, like, am I, like... Aki, every day you eat like 50 buns from the school store for lunch. You're always snacking on the way home too, but you don't seem to be gaining any weight. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Come on, I know I'm all scrawny and weak looking, but you don't have to rub it in. In fact, I'll have you know that I look really good naked. I do a little weight training now and then, you know? Check it out. I look really good naked. Are you, like, inviting us to find out? I mean, because I'd say yes to that. I don't know if she would. I realize I say, like, hold as I'm, like, flipping my thing up, and sometimes you can't hear me when I do it. I'm like, hold, and click, and I'm like, well, wait, that was stupid. I'm telling you to hold, but I'm already muted. Anyway. What the fuck? We're not gonna eat, okay? He rolls up the bottom of his shirt and shows me his abs. Confronted with his unexpected behavior, my heart gives a leap, and I turn away in haste. Could we have not gotten a CG of that? Come the fuck on, game. Fan service me a little here. Aw, come on! Why'd you yell like that? It makes it look like I'm harassing you. You are harassing me. Put your shirt back down. So you see that I'm not just skin and bones, right? Who cares? We like the lanky ones. Yes, now put your shirt back on. Sheesh. I don't know if you really believe me. Whether he's unsatisfied with my half-hearted answer or not, he frowns and does as I say. You're not that good at dealing with guys, Minato. You won't get far in life like that. Whether I do or don't is none of your business. I'll take my chances. Anyways, how about we start going out? It'll help you get used to being around guys. Excuse me? I said, how about we start going out together? I don't mean like little kids hanging out, going shopping together or whatever. I mean a real relationship. There you go, joking again. I'm for real. I've told you how I feel so many times. You're not going to trick me. Do you really think it's normal to be so nonchalant when you're asking somebody out? Man, you dodged the question again. You don't trust me at all, do you? Despite his complaints, Aki doesn't pursue the matter any further. He's always messing around. I can't believe he's the same Aki I knew when we were kids. And yet sexual harassment panda over here is like the last path we should go down. I mean, okay, out of the not dead guys, because let's face it, Hinata is like the master of the Deadlands, right? Okay, Kaguya is dead, and Monshiro is dead but could also come back to life. But okay, where he's like in that in-betweeny place. Out of the non-dead guys, Aki and Takuya, I see her more with Aki than Takuya. Like, but I'm just saying, like, Kaguya's really should be the canon ending because he's the perfect childhood sweetheart boyfriendo, but he's dead, so that sucks. Hold on. I'm curious about this ending. Anyway, the two of us continue walking for a while. Eventually, we notice a stall standing in the middle of a deserted road. It feels so out of place in this bustling town. Indigo cloth is wrapped around the stall, glittering accessories placed all around. On the opposite side is a dozing old man in a veil. Pretty unusual for a shop to be here, huh? And not really much point unless you're on a busy street. Yeah. I can't shake the feeling that there's something off about this shop. Uh-huh. Sanate. Hello there. Feeling as though I'm being guided towards the stall, I offer a quiet greeting. He's sleeping. Why would you say hi? I had to. We take a look at the items on the stand. They gleam brightly in the sunlight, and one in particular grabs my attention, the hairpin. Yep. Is this a hairpin? It's butterfly-shaped, and the way the light catches it is bewitching. I'm surprised to see you looking at that, Minato. You aren't usually into buying stuff. You want it? Oh no, I was just looking. Truthfully, I do kind of want it, but I hesitate to take it into my hand. Hey, it's got a tag on it. How do you read this? Oh. Psychedelica. He's like, you're cute. Is it, well, that would technically be Psyche, right? Psychedelica? On the reverse side of the price tag, the word Psychedelica is printed. Is that of the psyche? But that's Spanish, is it? if I'm turning it into Spanish, I don't know. Anyway. Is that the name of the shop? What's it mean? Oh, the other world. Mm-hmm. It means the other world, little miss. I look up and see the old man's clouded eyes gazing down at me. Don't you almost had it? It's a foreign language. Psyche means soul, and also butterfly. Delos means materialization. Delos. But see, yeah, because I was like de-los. Like, but Psyche was more like your mind, not your soul. Huh. I don't know. I don't know, like, meanings of Latin words. That's more like a Latin word. Since way back in ancient times, butterflies were seen as the vehicles for the soul. Souls that had cast aside their bodies become butterflies and move on. Countless numbers of butterflies head to the other side. In other words, Psychedelos. Though I think people are more familiar with the term Psychedelica. Aha! Now we know where they got that term. Hold on. World of the black butterflies. The other world? Psychedelica? I repeat the unfamiliar words, testing them. It certainly seems psychedelic when you're in a goddamn kaleidoscope. As I do, a mysterious feeling bubbles up in my heart. I deal in mourning jewelry, accessories and items to adorn those mourning the deceased. Does your interest in this signify that you've lost someone close to you? Oh, well, I won't press you. Those who take interest in these items always have someone in their hearts. Oh, we do! The old man's question seems as though it's awakened something sleeping deep within me. Is there someone close to me? Someone I can't forget. I comb through my memories. Minato, we should get going. Yeah. Aki calls out to me, pulling me back to my senses. It's nearly dusk. Aren't you taking care of dinner tonight? Oh, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Hold on. Like, time I go to read, I have to sneeze. Pulling at my hand, we rush away from the old man and his shop in a hurry. And yet, I could sit there on my couch and not sneeze for like an hour, but... Wow, is it that late already? The evening just flew by, didn't it? As the sun sinks beneath the horizon, Aki stretches and yawns loudly. It's almost like he's pouting because we didn't have enough time to hang out. Well, we've got to get going home anyway. Finals are soon and we need to hit the books. Blah, don't remind me. I'd rather set my mind on the summer vacay coming up right after. You're going to be in summer school if you fail your exams. Better study hard so that doesn't happen, don't you think? Reality is rough. Huh? He lets out an exaggerated sigh and sets off. I can't help but notice that he's headed in the opposite direction of his house. Are you going somewhere? You don't live out that way. His sense of direction can't possibly be this bad. I'll walk you home. I hardly noticed it was already 7, what with the days getting longer and all. You will? Why so surprised? It just doesn't feel right. If he walks me home, it's gonna be like we really are dating. Um, it's still a bit light out. I'll be fine. If you come all the way to my place, you won't get back home until really late. But I'm really okay, I promise. Don't worry about me. He finally backs down. All right, then hold out your hand. Huh? My hand? Like this? Oh, what are you? He places the butterfly hairpin from the shop into my hand. Did he steal it? Dude, hold on. The hairpin? It's all yours. You were interested in it, weren't you? I secretly bought it. But, Aki, it's not even my birthday. It's so expensive. I can't accept this. What? I can't hear you. Oh man, it's like I suddenly just went totally deaf. Huh? Aki. Anyways, off I go. I'll come pick you up tomorrow, so don't be late getting up. He waves at me and starts heading home. As I watch him go, some inexplicable emotion starts tugging at the back of my mind. When did he even buy this? He noticed that I wanted it and gifted it to me. I'm actually really happy about it, but I never would have thought I'd get a gift like this from a boy. I cupped the hairpin in my palm, considering its butterfly motif and brilliant color. Glossy jewels adorn the 4 wings. As I tilt it, shooting stars seem to streak across its surface. It's beautiful. It looks just like that shard I picked up the other day. What did he call it? Morning jewelry. I had no idea something like that existed, that shard I picked up the other day. Something you wear when you remember someone, when you're mourning someone, huh? Did he give this to me just to make me happy, or... Does she not remember? Spacey? Huh? As I stand there on the street, a young man calls my name. It's probably Yamato. Or Takuya. When I turn to look, I see him staring at me with harsh eyes. It is, "You're Spacey, aren't you? Saw you early this morning and thought that's who you were." Takuya, is that you? The boy from my neighborhood that used to mess with me all the time? I don't remember anything like that. But hey, sure has been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, 10 years. The person standing before me is my childhood friend, Takuya. He's gotten a lot taller since we last met. The difference in eye level is shocking. Which school are you going to now? Nagi High, a couple stations down. Wow, that place is totally elite. I had no idea you were so smart. He turned and look at the emblem on my fucking uniform. And you? That's a Shirasuzu? Yeah. Shirasuzu uniform, yeah? Yep, the school's just over there. We actually live really close by. What a surprise. That ought to be what I'm saying. Before we can continue our conversation, Takuya gives a start. Sorry, gotta run. Oh, that's too bad. It's been so long. Oh, how about you give me your contact info? Sure. We exchange contact info and then look at each other once again. Sorry to chat you up and run. I'll give you a call sometime. Yeah, see ya. After giving me a faint smile, Takuya disappears into the crowd. I wonder how this is gonna end. Oh my god, because you were like, oh, okay, are we gonna Hold on, I want to bring up the, boop. Hold on, here it is. I'm trying to move things around on my... I hate this. I tap the fucking... No, so it's just a real-world ending. There's no, path or anything like that. It's not you get a... I'm trying to move my fucking thing, but I can't. Anyway. It's not like you get a different ending for different guys. It's just the same ending. Anyway. Hey, sis! Welcome home! Hiya, Haruka. And you too, Koro. I drop my things to the floor and pet the puppy, excitedly wagging its tail and rubbing against my legs. Dad's working overtime, so I gotta make dinner. What should I make? Did you go somewhere after school? You were later than usual today. Yeah, I was out shopping with Aki. Uh-huh. You two are super close. You walk to school together every single morning. How are you not dating yet? Because it's not how it is between us. But Aki definitely likes you. He's obviously trying to show you how he feels, but you're just ignoring him. How cruel. Ugh, when did you learn to talk like that? I wash my hands and start searching the refrigerator. Still, she's a good kid. She really helps me out at home. You're pretty bad at dealing with boys, huh? I already have a boy I like. Are you still going on about that? Well, I happen to have a pain-in-the-butt sister to look after, so I don't have time for anything else. You talking about me? No one's idea to be so attached to me, you know. Huh? Don't tell Dad, but I made a promise to marry this boy in my class named Makoto. That's so cute, though. It's kind of like what we had, but he's dead in the bottom of a lake. You did what? He says he's going to give me a big diamond ring one day. I'll invite you to the wedding, of course. Thanks. So he's your boy then, huh? I hope that promise works out. Yeah. Haruka nods and smiles innocently. I don't know why her voice is so fucking weird. I don't know why I gave her a weird voice. Her smile is absolutely radiant. Later that night, after finishing dinner, I take a bath, and then I grab a certain something from my room. I place it next to the hairpin I received from Aki, and the two objects begin to glow as if reacting to one another. They really do look similar. The hairpin and the shard I got at summer camp. The hairpin with its butterfly motif. The wings of jewels on them made to look like stardust. The design is identical to the shard, which I've kept in my desk all these years. Hold. I remember, the five of us found it at the manor out west by the lake at camp. We were always together. Natsu gave it to me because he said it was pretty. I treasure it. Oh, Natsu. Saying his name sends an ache through my heart. Of the five of us, Natsu was the oldest. Maybe that's why he was always watching out for the rest of us. I really liked him. That's why when he made a ring out of white clovers and proposed to me at the park that day, I immediately said yes. Nice capitalization on either. Or lack of. I wanted to marry him. No matter how young we were, our love was still so real. It was a genuine promise. But he's gone now. He disappeared right before our eyes. Okay, I really seriously am hoping, because, like, the game recommends doing the summer camp ending at the end. So I am really fucking hoping that that means that we can change that and he doesn't fucking die, and then we just, like, so we can go back. I'm really fucking hoping where it splits off is, like, we continue and then, like, bad shit happens, or we can go and be like, no! Let's not go explore. Well, we can't not explore the ruins. We're already there. But, like, we can not go back for the ribbon or not leave or not have him fucking die. And then, what's his face doesn't end up in a goddamn coma and we can save them. Because that's just what I'm really fucking hoping happens. Because otherwise, what is the point of that end? Why is it like, do that ending last? I see that everywhere and everything. Like, it's always like the recommended order is doing the normal ending, which we got the best ending. I don't think that's the best fucking ending. That's the best ending. Fuck you. That's like the normal ending. Then you got this real world ending, and then you go down. It's got the route order for the guys. Again, sometimes Hikage and Kaguya are switched. No, Hikage and Yamato are kind of switched, but whatever. But it always says to do the summer camp thing at the end. So I'm just really fucking hoping that we can fix this shit and he won't die. And that's our, like, legit canon ending, is that he doesn't die and then that's our ending. Like, we don't get a choice. We end up with him. Because that's how it should have been. That's all I'm saying. He disappeared right before our eyes. Ever since then, I felt guilty about getting close to other boys. Over and over again, I just keep reflecting on the past. If he were still with us, would we be at the same school? He'd probably be a lot taller now. Yeah, like a giant. But I'll bet that smile of his would be the same. It was. I miss you. Because she loved him as a kid. That's so sad. That's why she won't get close to other people, because she loved him so much as a kid and she feels guilty, like, but you were like 6. It's so sad. Guys, suddenly my cell phone chirps noisily. Oh, a message from Aki. But Aki's so in love with you. Okay. It says, I'm craving some ice cream. You want to grab some on the way home tomorrow. He knows that Natsu remains in my heart. Even so, ever since we were reunited in high school, he hasn't mentioned him even once. He just avoids the subject and jokes about getting together with me. How serious is he, I wonder? I like Aki, but not the way I did Natsu. A few people have mistaken us for a couple lately. Maybe I should stop hanging out with him alone. How should I reply? I put the hairpin and glass shard into my bag and return my attention to my cell phone. Oh, I know! And so, after a short hesitation, I pressed the call button. She's going to tell him about Takuya. The next day after school... Minato, what the heck's he doing here? Shut your trap. I had no idea you were going to be here either. Okay, let's just be cool, you two. I smile vaguely at the two of them, trying to mediate between their rising tempers. Last night I promised I'd go out with Aki, then gave Takuya a call. Yeah, sure, we go get ice cream. He's like, yes! And then you're like, I brought another dude along. And where Takuya's like, yeah, I'm going to hang out with my old friend. She's kind of cute now. And it's like, she just came with another dude. Oh, God, Spacey, you're such a dick to these boys. She didn't do it on purpose, but I kind of fucking love it anyway. I'm like, oh, no, I'm sorry. We'll romance them in other parts. I wanted to see Takuya, seeing as it had been so long, and I figured the three of us could hang out together. I don't recall them being this hostile toward one another, though. Really? Because Takuya was fucking hostile to everyone. Their long-awaited 10-year reunion wasn't full of heartfelt emotions. Both of them had sour expressions on their faces. Isn't that a Nagi High uniform? You're such a meathead, I'm surprised you got in. Oh, you must have gotten the My Parents Are Loaded special entrance exam. Must be nice. Can you even keep up with your classes? Man, you got real annoying since I last saw you. You should just be a big crybaby when we were kids. If it weren't for some neighborhood bully going around harassing me, I wouldn't have had to cry so much. You used to bully me a lot. I don't remember it that way. Yeah, you were a bully. But we were friends with you because we loved your brother. And then your brother is in a coma. And... yeah. The two of them whip sarcastic barbs back and forth at one another. They don't seem like enemies. It's more like they're... What are you laughing at? Because we haven't seen each other in 10 years, but it's like we haven't been apart at all. Hold. Hell it is. What? Huh. Like two angry peas in a pod. Stuffed peas in a pod. Look, we're here together, so let's just have a good time, okay? Minato. I take each of their arms, and together we head down to the shopping district. Aww! First, we go to the arcade. Yo, you can't be wanting to take a picture of the three of us. What? Why not? That's why we came here. It's been forever. Let's just take a picture. Photo stickers? Really? Come on, we aren't kids anymore. Pay attention. The countdown's starting. Strike a pose, boys. Oh, give me a break. 3, 2, 1. That's fucking adorable. I love it. I love the cheapiness of this one. But, like, this is cute because he's like, yeah! Fingers in his face and he's all pissed off. Aki fucking loves it. Next, we stop in at a diner for a quick rest. You eat like a pig. Did not teach you any manners at home. Look who's talking. This ain't a race. Why don't you stop stuffing your face for 2 seconds and take a breath or two? Food gets cold if you take too long. Don't boss me around. You started it. Okay, boys, let's all be friends. How about we order something sweet to brighten all our moods up? I've been wondering if I should bring this up, Spacey. I guess that fishbowl parfait wasn't just an urban legend. After we recharged a bit, we go for a walk and visit a few more stores. I love the little genies. It's fucking adorable. Look at his face. And he's like, what the fuck, dude? Fucking love it. You find anything good, Aki? You think this mascot toy is cute? It's a caterpillar named Moja Moja. Moja Moja. Oh, that's unique. You're older than him, ain't you? Give it to him straight. Tell him he's got crap taste. Excuse me? You wouldn't know good taste if it slapped you in the face. Oh, you want to go there, do ya? Next, we head over to one of Aki's favorite ice cream parlors. Look at this. It's fucking adorable. We get... Huh. So this, going on this ending, you unlock Yamato CG times 5, Karasuba CG times 3, Monoshiro CG times... How do we get Monoshiro CGs in here? Well, you know what I mean? And then unlocks episode Shocking Reality. Ooh, so we can watch that after this. Hold on. This is fucking cute, though. Next, we head over to one of Aki's favorite ice cream parlors. You're only getting a drink, Takuya? No ice cream? I'm not into sweet stuff. I don't know how you guys can eat all that. Oh, look at Joe Cool over here. Too hip for sweets. Let me guess, you probably only drink black coffee too, don't you? You think drinking black coffee makes a guy cool? You're like a little kid. Oh, did he say you don't? Wait. Oh, you think dragon... Okay. You would know, kid. Ugh, you're both little kids. Quit fighting. What? Despite spending every moment keeping the peace between the two of them, our time spent together is lively and fun. I was waiting for it to click because I clicked it and just changed the color in the background. What a great day. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Yeah, same. Been a while since I could go out and not worry about the time. Before we know it, the sun is already setting. All of the commuters in suits roam the streets, tell us that it's time to head home. Yeah, if not for a certain somebody, it would have been even more fun. Do you ever shut up? Look who's playing the victim. I didn't say a word about it being you. Your face said it all, you punk. They look older, but they act exactly the same. Takuya is still Takuya, and Aki is still Aki. Seeing how they argue brings an old memory rushing back. The 5 of us running around in the park as the sun sets. It would have been even more fun if all the others were here. Oh. I quickly put my hand over my mouth, realizing that I had unconsciously voiced my thoughts. How could I let that out? That was so careless of me. I look down, regretting my actions. After a few moments, Takuya adjusts his bag and speaks. Well, I guess it's time for me to roll. I'll catch you later. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for the invite. I really do wish I could stay longer. It's alright, you must be busy. I'm just happy you could make it out here today. Okay, now make with the skedaddlin'. Hurry and leave. I'm gonna beat you down next time I see you. Anyways, catch you guys later. Pretending as though he hadn't heard what I said, Takuya walks away. I wouldn't have known how to respond if he had reacted to what I said. I know it wasn't intentional, but it's still something I shouldn't bring up. We should get moving, too. What? You're going the wrong way again, Aki. He's walking towards my place again. Let me walk with you. I got something I want to talk about. Aki said he wanted to talk, but he still hasn't said a word. We walk in silence, not even engaging in our usual banter. I wonder what's wrong. It's the first time he's been this quiet. Normally he'll talk and talk and talk about anything and everything. We went all over today. I'm going to sleep well tonight. Yeah. And Takuya sure hasn't changed at all, has he? Well, he's taller, and his voice is deeper, too. Yeah. Hearing his emotionless response, I let out a sigh. How did things end up like this? I don't know how to respond when he suddenly starts acting like this. I look over at him out of the corner of my eye. Our gazes suddenly meet. The park. What? The park we used to play in is nearby. Well, let's stop by. The park looks exactly as it did years ago. The softly curved slide, the garishly colored jungle gym. The surrounding verdure fills the play area with a grassy scent, and it makes me feel as though I've slipped backwards in time. Verdure. Verdure. Hold on. Sorry. It's been a while since I came here. It's not near the route I usually walk Koro, and it's not like I play with this kind of stuff now that I'm not an elementary schooler anymore. The park feels much smaller than I remembered. I check each corner of it. Ahead of me, Aki turns around to face me. Aki? You tried to avoid being alone with me today, didn't you, Minato? I know you were trying to get us to meet up with him again, too. But you did it mainly because you didn't want to be alone with me. His face lacks his usual lighthearted smile. In its place is an inscrutable expression. That's not true. You're overthinking it, Aki. Am I? Then how about we go out tomorrow, just the two of us? And the day after, and the day after that, and on and on. Let's get together. See? Your face says it all. You don't hate me, but you don't want to be alone with me. I'm speechless. He's exactly right. Unperturbed by my lack of response, Aki continues. Do you still have feelings for Natsu, Minato? Is that why you keep turning me down? That's enough, Aki. Stop joking around. I never joke about something like this. I know that, but we haven't talked about Natsu ever since we reunited. I start to feel agitated. I like you, I like you, Minato. I've liked you since we were little. I don't know if it was because of that accident or what, but you've changed since those days. But your voice, the way you talk, and your smile, those haven't changed. They just make me fall for you even harder. I was only kidding around at first, but now you know how I feel about you. And I know why you were avoiding it. You're still chasing over Natsu's ghost. Don't talk like that, Aki. You're always so passive. Natsu is gone, Minato. He covers his mouth. He knows that he's crossed a line. Ashamed, he falls silent. Neither of us speak. I know Natsu is gone. Since the moment it happened, a dark, stagnant thing has lingered in my heart. We're going to have to go back. We're going back. That has to be the ending, because she's still in love with him at this point, 10 years later after he died. That's the summer. That's the summer camp ending. That's the ending. That's why it's the end. That's why it's the last path you should do, is because you're going to go back and save his ass. I know it. Thank God. Thank you, because I can't handle any more games where terrible things happen. I know that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. His words wrap around my heart like some kind of magic spell. You've changed, Aki. You're nothing like how I remember you. Back then, you were a lot nicer and more sensitive, and who cares about the old me? You're damn right I've changed. I changed because I wanted to. I'm not that weak little kid that everybody picked on. I'll never ever let that happen again. I know I'm losing his voice, but I can't do it when I'm so stuffed up right now. Hold on. I'm just getting mad. Like, when he's being playful, it's like totally easy. But like when he's getting angry, it's really hard to do. I could have sort of done it. I don't know why I'm losing it, but what? Another awkward silence ensues. Whatever I might say, it feels as though it'll only hurt us both. Hey. Gazing at his shadow as it grows in the sunset, Aki breaks the silence. Do you know which middle school I went to? What? Middle school? You know, which clubs I was in, the kind of friends I had, how I lived my life. You know what I did until I started high school? Now that I think of it, he really hasn't ever talked about it. We go to school together every day, but you never ask. All you see is who I used to be. You don't notice anything about who I am now. Come on, look at me. Aki, look at me. His painful pleas throw me off balance. I mean, I gotta be honest, okay. She is chasing after a ghost. And you're right. He's throwing a good point. You don't look at him as who he is. You think about who he used to be and blah, blah, blah. You're in love with a ghost. Aki, you deserve better than us. You do. You may be playful and flirty and a little bit of a slut, but you deserve better than us. Sweetie, go be free. Fly. Take your butterfly wings and fly and be free. You deserve better than us, honey. I'm sorry. I didn't know what he was thinking. I didn't even try to figure it out. Sorry, I gotta go. I'll let you go the rest of the way on your own. Okay. Before leaving, he stops and turns to face me one last time, as though he wants to say something. Ultimately, he leaves without another word. I only see him for who he used to be. I suppose it's true that I do always see the Aki I remember. I can't help but compare him to his past self and wonder why he changed so much. Later, as I'm on the way home, his words echo in my mind, only vanishing as I breathe a deep sigh. What gets me the most is that he threw the harsh reality of it in my face when I've been trying so hard to ignore it. Natsu is gone, Minato. None of us ever brought it up, trying our best to hide from the truth. Here in the town I live in, there's an annual summer camp for the local children's organization. 10 years ago, I went there, along with my good friends Natsu and Aki, as well as the twins Takuya and Kazuya. We took a bus to the campground, surrounded by lush greenery on the outskirts of the city. The second we were free to go where we pleased, we all went down to the lake. So this is probably the real world ending, as in, this is probably what happened before, because that's what the choice is, like, why did I come here? Because we were talking about this, and then we decided to go, like, we reconnected. We decided to go to the, hold on. With Takuya and Aki to, hold on. A bitch. We decided to go to the lake. We go back, and that's why the accident happens. So maybe the real world ending will be like, you know what? No, you're right. I gotta let go of Natsu and not go back. And then we wouldn't end up in that accident, and we wouldn't end up in this place. Weird. Son of a bitch! The lake itself wasn't especially large, but there was an islet connected to the mainland via a small path. On the islet itself stood an old Western-style manor. The building was deserted, and in my eyes, it seemed like a castle out of a fairy tale. I excitedly invited the others to go exploring there, ignoring Natsu's repeated warnings about possible danger. Maybe... No, we're going in. I was thinking maybe when we go back, we won't go into the ruins. We'll be like, yeah, no, you're right, we shouldn't go. I don't know. The manor ruins were completely dilapidated. Still, I felt oddly attracted to the building's atmosphere of excess, and so boldly went exploring. Literally having a sneeze attack, like I can't stop. It's I'm gonna die. I might pass out. So I'm silent for about 20. I'll cut that part out. The sunlight shone through the holes in the ceiling. The cracked glass windows reflected and warped the sunlight. Grass had sprouted up from the broken floor tiles. There were also strange butterflies that I had never seen anywhere else. My life. We were enchanted by that fantastical sight, so much so we completely missed the abrupt change in the weather. It was raining. By the time we realized it, a storm had already hit. This is starting to hurt now. I have not sneezed this much all day. I think I'm going to die. And it can't be when there's no text to read. It's like, oh, now that there's text to read, forget it. We saw the water level of the lake rising, so we rushed to get back across the path we'd come by. But then something happened. Kazuya went back to the manor alone, saying he dropped a ribbon I'd let him borrow earlier. Natsu and I ended up following along with him. We did find the ribbon. Shush! Stop! What is wrong with you? You drink the water from inside your cage, you dumbass. Why are you so fucking dumb? My bird is so stupid. But by that point, the path back to the other shore had been totally submerged in water. We panicked, desperate to get back to the other side. Our legs were caught up in the current, and we were swallowed up by the lake. Afterwards, I awakened in the hospital and learned the horrible news. After rescuing Kazuya and me from the water, Natsu had drowned, dying in our place. I know, but it's still sad. To be precise, they never found Natsu's body, but they don't believe that he survived given the circumstances. Ever since then, the relationships between my friends became awkward and tense. Everyone moved away, and all I had left was my family. Natsu, if only I hadn't urged them all to go exploring, none of it would have happened. See, we're going to change it. We're going to go back and change it. I have faith. I have faith in you, game. Don't let me down. If only we hadn't foolishly crossed that lake. If I hadn't worn the ribbon. If I hadn't joined the summer camp. So many regrets. So many ways it could have been different. But in the end, I was left with nothing else. And so, I started to avoid interacting with people on a deeper level. Bird, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you staring at? He's sitting on the windowsill. One of his bells must have been on there, and then he must have dropped it, because then he's just sitting there staring at the floor. Just sitting there, head down, staring at the floor, and it just looked ridiculous. Don't pull on the cord to the curtains, because you will so fucking pull those. You will kill yourself, Bert. Oh my god. I only kept the bare minimum possessions needed to live. I fear loss, and so I fear having anything or anyone in my life. That thought makes up the foundation of who I am now. I've been stagnant since that day, unchanging, always fleeing to the safety of my memories. I wonder how Kazuya is doing. Does he go to the same school as Takuya? I didn't ask Takuya what happened after that day. She doesn't know. Like, would they have told her, like, oh, well, I guess she would know. She would know Natsu's dead, and she would have known that Kazuya's in a coma. But she wouldn't know it because they never come in touch, so she wouldn't know if he came out of his coma or he's still in it or he died. You know what I mean? She knew he was in a coma probably, but doesn't know that he's still in one. Because, like, I don't know. I take out my cell phone and pull up Takuya's number. For some reason, I'm reluctant to call him. He said he had something to do. Looking back, he was in a bit of a rush yesterday, too. Where could he be going at this hour? Oh! My head hazy. Before I know what I'm doing, I press the talk button. Oh no, I'm calling him. Hello? A curt greeting. Hi, is this Takuya? It's me, Minato, Spacey. Oh, hey, feels like we just said goodbye. What's up? It'd be an even bigger pain if I told him I dialed his number by mistake, so... I was just wondering how Kazuya is doing. I forgot to ask you earlier. Oh. Huh? He went silent all of a sudden. Did something happen? No, he's with me now. Oh, he is? Can I talk to him for just a sec? Takuya is silent for a little while, then hesitantly resumes speaking. Do you want to see Kazuya? I mean, of course, if I can. If you come over here, you can see him. Really? Okay, where are you? He gives me the location and I hurry over. She's like, I'm standing outside a hospital. Oh, God. Hello? Hey, thanks for coming all the way over here. We're in a private room in the hospital. The clean, sterile room has a reclining bed in the center. Atop it is a familiar-looking young man. Oh. You know what's really funny, though? He's got the... That's why when he's in the other world and he's Monshiro, he's got that long hair, because he's got the fucking long hair as he's lying in the hospital bed. They don't cut his hair. Like, they just let it grow for 10 years. But he's got Monshiro hair. Hey, Kazuya. Our old friend Spacey came here to see you. You remember, don't you? You really liked her. Takuya is bending over, gently speaking to the sleeping Kazuya. And he has our purple ribbon. That's why he has it in the other world, but he actually still had it on him. Despite the years that have gone by, his sleeping face still looks just like I remember. I'm overcome by a burst of emotion. He hasn't woken up since then? No, he's in what they call a vegetative state. Ever since the accident, his body's been fine, but he just won't regain consciousness. It's like he left his soul behind at the lake. Doctor told me something, though. Even if he doesn't react, if we keep providing external stimulation, he just might wake up someday. So I come visit him every day. I move his body around and talk with him and stuff. I see. Well, don't just stand there. Come sit. Okay, thanks. Oh, look, he's so sweet. He pulls up a chair. After I take a seat, I peer into Kazuya's face. There's a slight wrinkle in his brow, and his lips are pursed, as though he's in pain. He looks like he's in pain. Is he always like that? Yeah. Feel more at ease around him if you look more peaceful when sleeping. Maybe he's having a bad dream. Yeah, 'cause you know where he is, right? For over 10 years? That's hell. I move to take Kazuya's hand and tell him he'll be okay, but I notice something already there. This ribbon. Oh, yeah. He got that from you, didn't he? Used it to patch him up when he got hurt while we were out exploring the lake. Seems like it soothes him when he has it, so I tied it around his wrist. Oh. Did your mother leave it to you? Sorry about that. You can have it back. It's okay. Huh? He can give it back to me himself when he wakes up. I want him to keep it until then. Spacey. Thanks. I hope we could give it back to you someday. Takuya, do you come here every day? Yeah, whenever school's out. I'm the only one who could look after him. What about your parents? Don't they come at all? What about your schoolwork and club stuff? I'm not at a club, and I can study right here. Our folks have work. But Takuya, you said you were going to become a pro when we were kids. You even went to a soccer training school. It's not the time or the place for it anymore. The way things are, I can't think about my own dreams. Kaz is keeping my hands full. Oh, hold on. Guys, he's so sweet. He is the marshmallow. Takuya, he was always in the center of our circle of friends. He talked about his dreams with such confidence. I never thought he'd be so tormented. And yet, it's something of a relief to learn that I'm not the only one fixated on the past. Although I really hate that part of myself. Silence falls on us like snow. Normally it would be awkward, but for some reason, it doesn't feel that way with Takuya. Can I come visit here again? I ask the question after the nurse comes in to tell us visiting hours have ended and that it's time to leave. That's all good. Sure, I like it too. Okay, thanks. His approval makes me feel as though I've found somewhere to belong. The next morning, Aki is waiting outside my door with his usual smile, as though nothing happened. We don't talk about what happened as we walk to school. Ignoring it makes it feel all the more suffocating. Whenever we have plans to go somewhere after school, he's always there waiting for me when we're off. But today I try to avoid him. I take the rear exit of the building and head off to Kazuya's hospital room. The blank white space in his room is an unchanging nothingness, but it's somehow calming to me. The days stretch on. I continue avoiding Aki and visiting Kazuya. And then Aki's like, Jesus Christ, now you're in... Oh, what? So you were in love with a dead kid, and now you're in love with a comatose kid? Fucking A, Spacey. We don't deserve you, Aki. Just go find someone better. Takuya's not here. I've come to Kazuya's room once again today. I sit down in a nearby chair and gaze at his handsome face peeking out from above his blankets. The hair obscuring his wrinkled brow irks me. She's gonna touch him. Kazuya, your hair has gotten way out of hand. His hair has continued to grow since I started coming here. I brush it aside, looking at his face. Even if time has stopped, his body keeps growing. His hair and nails continue to get longer, and he's visibly taller than when we were kids. You might be asleep, but you're still alive. Kazuya, I was wondering, do you hate me now for making us go exploring that day? If only I'd listened to Natsu's warning and not brought you to the lake, you'd be a regular old high school student now. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I'm so, so sorry. I take the hand with the ribbon on it in my own and touch it to my forehead. I know apologizing doesn't make it better, but it hurts so bad to just sit here watching him. Back again, huh? Oh, hi. I look up and see Takuya leaning against the door. Sorry to interrupt. You must have gotten here first. Saw your things under the bed. Yeah, doctor called me. I was out for a few. Did something happen? Oh no. They said his heart rate is getting weaker. It's what? It's not life-threatening right now, but they say I should keep it in mind. Oh, yeah, I suppose you wouldn't know just from looking at him. You're an oddball, you know that? There's nothing fun about being here, but you still come here day after day. I get to see Kazuya. And you. That's enough for me. Hold. Allergies are fucking killing me. You really are a weirdo. Takuya picks up his school bag and motions me toward the exit. It's gonna rain tonight. Let's get out of here before it starts up. Yeah, okay. I'll walk you home. You're still in the same house, right? What's up? Oh, nothing. No, I haven't moved. I'm still in the same place. Thanks for taking me all the way. No problem. And then Aki's gonna be pissed because we're hanging out with Takuya. Alone. I'll walk you home. I turned Aki down when he suggested it before because I felt as though I was in danger. As though the simple activity would slowly transform our relationship. And yet when Takuya suggested it, I was able to say yes without a second thought. Takuya is like me. We're caught up in the past and can't move forward. The knowledge of that makes me feel as though Takuya and I share a special connection. On the way home, the asphalt grows brilliant red in the light of the setting sun, and we chat idly, like how the school store at lunchtime is utter chaos. How about how my dog likes to play silly pranks? And that time my cake and home econ was burned to a crisp. None of it's of any consequence, but Takuya still smiles as he listens. It makes me happy, and I find myself more talkative than usual. And then... oh no. Oh, that reminds me, Haruka has a boyfriend now. I think it's just too early for that. She's still in middle school. Takuya looks at me with confusion. You don't remember my sister Haruka? All right, your little sister. Couldn't remember for a sec. So she's already in middle school, huh? Last time I saw her, she was still a baby. Well, she's definitely not a baby anymore. Nowadays, she's really into fashion and reads all kind of trendy magazines. Time sure flies. That's right. Takuya only knows Haruka from when she was a lot younger. So what were you saying about her? She's got a boyfriend now. My dad got her a cell phone, so she's been talking with him on it until late at night every night. Her phone bill is higher than mine. I'm worried it's going to affect her studies. Sure, Mom. Don't joke about that. She and I are far apart in age, so sometimes I feel like I really am. Uh-huh. He chuckles to himself. What are you laughing at? Oh no, it's nothing. I was just thinking you two were totally sisters. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? When we started elementary school, you were just so happy about promising to marry Natsuki. You and your sister are similar. He turns away from me awkwardly, knowing he said too much. Same as always. We thought we were avoiding the topic, but it always comes up again. We just can't forget the past no matter how much we want to. We can't help but laugh at ourselves. Maybe this is some higher power's way of telling me to stop running away from it. After the accident, I watched everyone move away. I wondered why we had to say goodbye. Yeah. But I know now, if we'd stayed together, none of us would have ever moved on from what happened that day. We'd hurt each other without meaning to, and it would have torn us to pieces. Even now, I can hardly keep up with reality, and I say things without thinking about them. Our parents made the right call moving us away. My folks still can't face the reality of Kazuya's coma. They barely come to visit him. Oh, Takuya, does it hurt to look at him? On rainy days, I get reminded of him drowning in the lake. Bums me out to look at him. I'm sorry. For what? I know apologizing won't fix anything, but if I hadn't gotten everyone to go out that day at camp, none of this ever would have happened. It's not your fault, Spacey. I pushed for it too. Besides, when you guys were stuck in the water, You ran to get help, didn't you? You did nothing wrong. No, it's not. It's my fault he ended up the way he did. Natsuki, his death was on me too. But none of this is your fault. He's so sure of himself when he says it. It shakes me to my core. My eyes start to well up. Hey, what's the deal? Why are you crying? I'm not crying. I've always blamed myself. And I still do, but it feels like something has shifted in my heart. Hearing him defend me like this. I want to see something. Hold on. I just want to see something. Ooh, this sucks, guys. So, hold. I'm thinking maybe this part will be a little bit longer than normal. Because we're at the real world chapter 7. We have chapter 8, and then we have the ending. So that could be 15, it could be 20 minutes, but I'm thinking this part might be a little bit longer, because otherwise we have to stop it, at the next stopping point, which would be probably the end of this quote-unquote chapter, right? And then we'll have that in the ending, and it'll be like 10 minutes. So we're going to keep going, and this one will be longer than normal. Anyway. And I still do, but it feels like something has shifted in my heart. Hearing him defend me like this. Spacey. What's he... He's like right up in our face. That's adorable. Takuya cautiously reaches out and wipes the tears from the side of my eyes with a long finger. Oh, he's wiping our eyes. Oh, I thought he was like poking us in the nose. Like, damn it. I don't know what to do when you cry like that. Come on, it's okay. Cheer up. Sorry. All you've done since we started seeing each other again is apologize to me. I don't like seeing you down like this, but I'm honestly kind of relieved that you still worry about what happened. You are? In my head, you and Aki had already moved on. Felt like I was the only one left behind. Some part of me is relieved that you felt the same way. I knew that was how I felt, but he feels the same way? I never would have imagined. Oh, I knew he was going to find us. So that's how it is, huh? Aki? Turning in the direction of his voice, I see Aki standing around the corner, an ominous air about him. You haven't been around when I've come to meet you lately, so I figured something was up. You've been meeting with Takuya in secret. It wasn't a secret. Don't make excuses. Aki... Minato, how long do you plan on running away? You used Natsu's death as an excuse to run from me, but you still haven't accepted it. And now Takuya? You think you can recover just because the two of you are supporting each other? Or you think he's just a perfect guy to go running around with? That's not what even if you didn't mean to, that's what it is. Look at you, getting all close to him. Just admit it. You're weak. Don't hide from it. You're just looking for somewhere you can comfort yourself. Comfort? Knock it off, Aki. Don't take your anger out at her. Who knew that Takuya would be like a better man than Aki? Aki's just angry. He's like, you're ignoring, but that's like, we're so abusive to him. Like, if you think about it, like, we're like, he's like in love with us. We're like, no. But like, oh, but Takuya understands me. And I get it, but it's like, Aki does have a point. Like, Natsu's dead. You kind of like, you don't have to forget him, but you have to let it go. Like, you have to move on with your life. You can't just be like, I'll never be able to love anyone else because my childhood sweetheart from when I was 6 is dead. Bitch, it's been 10 years. You're an adult. Like, you gotta move on. Like, you can still always remember him, but there's nobody that would understand what you're dealing with more than, technically, at that point, Aki. No one else knows. You know what I mean? Of course, now Takuya understands, so I kind of understand, but at the same time, you're, like, brushing him off, like, no, we can't hang out together. But Takuya, of course, he is a little pushy, so it's weird. It's a weird situation. Takuya brushes off his hand and then stands between me and Aki. Their mutual glares make things even more tense. And what are you even doing, showing up now, after all this time? Why are you trying to get close to her? I didn't have some special reason. Aki, you're wrong. I was the one that went to see him. And Kazuya. That may well be. But he could have some ulterior motive. The hell are you talking about? Maybe you want Minato to comfort you. You want to be forgiven, don't you? You're both cowards. You're weaker than I was when I used to get bullied all the time. Just looking at you annoys me. When did you both become like this? See, they are sad in their grief and their guilt, and he's just turned angry. You had everything I ever wanted, but you left it in that lake after the accident. You're just sitting around licking one another. one another's wounds. It makes me sick. You complete ass. Kind of is a complete ass. Please stop, both of you. This isn't going to solve anything. I desperately try to stop Takuya from lunging at Aki. We were all reunited again at last. I don't want us to fall apart again. I just want things to go back the way they were. Hostile emotions linger among us. With no outlet, they fester in our hearts. Maybe it would have been best for us to never have reunited at all if all we're gonna do is fight like this. What can we do to move on? How can we overcome this? We're totally stuck. I feel like I'm sinking in quicksand. When I look up, trying to collect myself, my eyes meet Aki's. For a second, I consider turning away. Instead, I meet his gaze. Before long, he opens his mouth to speak. Fine. Let's go back to the lake then. What? We were all torn to pieces by that accident. Let's go back there and pay our respects to Natsu. He's still down there somewhere. We'll start over from there. We'll block out our past and future. We'll accept what happened and put an end to this. End it. So you'll never have to look back again. You're coming too, Takuya. He forces the words upon us and then turns away without another word. To put an end to it all. He makes it sound so simple, but is it really going to happen just by paying our respects and mourning? I don't think that'll be enough to rid us of these chains we've borne for 10 long years. And yet, I can't bring myself to say it out loud. If I reject the suggestion, I'll lose Aki. I'm practically certain of it. This would normally be like way beyond stopping point, but again, we're going to keep going because this is probably the last chapter. So, on our next day off, we take a highway bus from the town center to the campground. We know how this goes. The weather forecast said it would rain today, but the sky is bright and sunny. In contrast, our hearts are darkened by thick clouds. And this is where they fight, and then we can follow, and then we end up, and then the ending. So it's interesting. It's not really an ending, but the bus arrives just on time and stops at the station. With a distinct screech, the door opens. Takuya takes a seat on the left side, while Aki makes for one on the right. The awkward atmosphere from the other day still lingers. Not sure what to do, I grab a seat at the back. Before long, the bus departs. After a while, drops of water start to collect in the bus windows. Before I know it, the rain beating on the windows has grown so heavy that we can't see out of them. Where are we right now? So this is even funnier. So like, not funny, but it's like that they wrote this so that when the first accident happened, it was raining, and that's why it rains every night at the manor, right? And then also when this accident happened, it's raining. Again, why it rains every night at the manor. Like, it was all caused by the rain, so. A few people get off on stops along the way, and the scenery begins to slowly turn more and more green. Nonetheless, we know that we have to stay on until the final stop. I've lost count of how many times I've sighed today. We're almost there. We're almost to where he is. Once we get there, are we supposed to just put down flowers and say a prayer? Is that going to put an end to it all? Is it even all right for us to end it? I open up the pouch I'm carrying and remove what's inside. A glass shard Natsu gave me, and the hairpin that Aki bought. I don't know why I brought them with me. They each give off a similar shine. It feels to me like one of them symbolizes the past, and the other the future. They're both important to me. I can't choose between them. I grip them tightly, crushing the past and future together in the palm of my hand. A few minutes pass. The bus approaches our destination, and we can now see the lake through the rain-soaked window. But what am I going to do? We have to throw the shard into the lake and let Natsu go. The gentle back and forth of the bus makes me feel drowsy. I've been thinking nonstop today, and I didn't sleep that well last night. It's getting harder and harder for me to stay awake. I start to blink repeatedly as my consciousness fades. No, I don't want to sleep yet. If I do, we'll arrive at the campground before I have a chance to collect my thoughts. I'm really not ready for this. Unable to stave off the drowsiness, my eyelids slide shut. Hold. Geez, don't make it easier to make this into a normal length part, but anyway. Yeah, okay, right there. I tumble into a deep slumber. I'm barely able to stay aware of the sounds around me. I pick up bits and pieces of a conversation between two male-sounding voices. I'm heading back. Getting off at the next stop. Huh? What are you on about? This is pointless. Morning isn't going to let us start over again. Why won't it? What do you mean, why? I get it. Because you did something you can't take back. What does that mean? You were always jealous of Kazuya. That's why you were such a jerk to him. Do you remember how Minato gave Kazuya her ribbon to use as a bandage when he got hurt? You saw it, and it made you jealous. When you were trying to patch him up, you tied it loosely on purpose. Stop. And it led to the accident. If you didn't play stupid games like that, we all could have gotten home safe. Stop it. And you purposely covered it up, and you took advantage of Minato's weakness. You're the absolute worst. Don't drag her back into this mess after all this time. You should have died in his place. I would if I could. I'm sure Kaz feels the same way. What's with the shaking? Oh, wait. What's with the shaking? What's going on? Hell if I know. That's the frickin' driver. Hey, wait. Is he even awake? The cliff! Watch out! Yes, we're weak. We put on a tough face, but our hearts are unstable. All we could do was run away. Run away to avoid breaking ourselves. To avoid breaking anything else. That's why this must have been some kind of retribution. We're dragged into this bizarre world. We laugh, cry, fight, struggle, and live. Were we able to change? Were we able to move on? I'm falling. I'm falling. And now, no matter where we try to run, we wander with an inescapable dream. It was worth going a little over time. Oh, I'll watch the little pretty end. So. So yeah, so that was the, it wasn't, well, it really was the real world ending because it was kind of the end of the real world. So that was basically like what led up to us ending up in the thing. So, it was almost just like kind of like a side story more than, and we don't have time. I know we had other little side things that unlocked after this. What we'll do is we'll watch those at the beginning of the next part and then we'll start going down, and doing Kaguya's route. So we'll choose all the right things. We'll probably, we already chose him to play the mini game with, but we'll probably do that again. Actually, I'm not sure. Well, we'll see where we can split off. I do want to make sure we choose some of the other things with him so that we can, I think we can still unlock his route because I'm pretty sure we just have to do that last choice in chapter 7. We could totally just click on it, do his route. But I want to make sure we choose all the right choices so we get, like, more chances to talk with him, the right things that lead to talking to him more, so we see more of him. So that's what we'll do. So we'll go through, see those scenes with him where we have choices for him, and then we'll do the ending. So we'll be skipping around a bit, but, you know, the whole point is just seeing him in his ending. So we'll do that. Maybe we'll do some of the little side stories that unlocked. And we'll do his side stories too. So maybe what we'll do is we'll go through reading stuff before we go down his ending. We'll read all his side stories, and then we'll do his ending. So and maybe that's what we'll do for all the guys before we kind of... Prologue, you've earned a trophy. Yes, because that was technically the prologue. So I hate the fact that you have to continue. Even though it's not, it's like the end of the game that we finished before, but I just want to see the flowchart. So, so we've done this. So I know that there's choices, and then like here we'll get choices with him, blah, blah, blah. And I think what I want to see is over here. So those are still locked. Those are open. We've already done all those. Those are still locked. those are the guys' routes, but I thought, oh, this one over here. Okay. So that one's new. So we'll probably try to watch that, and we'll watch, well, in the middle of, like I said, so in the middle of Kaguya's route, before we get down to his ending, which is down here in chapter 7. So like, boop, 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 over here, this choice here. Before we get here, what I'll do is we'll watch all his short episodes, and then we'll, like all the additional ones. I know we may have watched some of them, but we'll watch any of the additional ones, and then we'll go down his route or whatever. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.